All right, welcome to the Franchise Time Machine. I see Smiley Face Jane has already been busy redeeming points to rename a quick save player, continuing on uh, the names that we added last time around, which was a whole lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. But let me go ahead and introduce the experiment we're going to do tonight. It'll be perfect. It'll be in the experimental uh, average league, so we can add a new name to the quick save. We're going to test the impact of starting pitchers facing lineups multiple times. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to use the batters faced part of pitcher strategy. There's an individual strategy field for batters faced. So for one team, it's going to be set to 9. For another team, it'll be set to 18, which is 2 times through the lineup. For the third team, we set to 18, which is 2 times through the lineup. Sorry, 9, 18, and then 27, which is 3 times through the lineup. And then the final team will have no limitation on batters faced. And to make sure that the pitchers can make it through all that, we're going to set the stamina to 250, which is maximum. Um, Unfortunately, I don't think, if there is a way to do it, I don't know how to do it. I don't think we can break out stats by times through the lineup. If we could, that would be great. So we're just going to kind of look at these 4 teams and see how they do. I think there's just, there's natural fatigue. I would assume that the game's coded, that performance does decline as the pitcher gets tired. That's one of the reasons why I want to set the stamina to 250. But even at 250, we might see some decline. So I'm hoping that we can still see the difference between stamina decline and any effects that are kind of built in for times through the lineup. I'm assuming that there is something built in for times through the lineups. I've heard it before, but like many things with OOTP, there are things that I've heard that I've never seen evidence for or seen substantiated by anything else. So we're going to test it out and see. It's not that I don't doubt that it's in there, but I've never seen evidence. Um, so we'll test it. That's what we do. So that's what we're going to do tonight. And we'll have a 10-pack giveaway, guessing the results of that. And tomorrow, Max LP80, who put a bat flip emote in the chat, will be playing Create a Roster. So joining Tonk Mato and Smiley Face Jane as our contestants. And sometime after that, Clay Dog has also redeemed a game of Create a Roster, so we'll play that at some point too. But tomorrow night, Friday night, into Saturday morning, will be Max LP80 playing Create a Roster. All right, so let me just fire up the base game. Well, actually, let's do the form. That way people can submit their guesses in case they have to go. We'll do that first. While I'm pulling that up, did everyone see the Mets game? Pretty awesome. Like most Met fans, I think I'm a bit of a pessimist when it comes to their performance, and they proved me wrong. They pulled it out tonight in dramatic fashion. And if this does turn out to be Pete Alonso's last season with the Mets, he's going out in style. That was a nice way to do it. And awesome to see him get the big hit, Lindor make the big play to end the game. Just kind of fitting for those two to be leading the Mets to the win there. So, looking forward to the next round. Have I been muted the whole time? There's a chance I've been muted this whole time. Ezra Denny, thank you for the raid. If you didn't hear me, I was thanking you for the raid. I was asking if you only hate pitchers who hit home runs off of other pitchers. Okay, you did hear. Solid Space Jane did hear some of what I said earlier. I have no idea when I might have muted myself. Um, I have been coughing a little bit, so I've been muting myself when I cough, and I might have forgotten to unmute myself. So yeah, so we're testing the impact of uh, starting pitchers facing lineups multiple times. Um, oh, I think what I was saying while I was muted was Ezra's hating all pitchers in 20, all pitchers as batters in 25, OGP 25. Because I heard you going off on giving up home run to a pitcher who I do appreciate that you looked it up, who had never had a career, had never hit a home run in his career. Um, but I also kind of thought back in the day, pitchers were better hitters than they were maybe in the 2000s before the universal DH. But that could just be me romanticizing old time baseball too. So, um, yeah. So I don't know what for. Oh, for the second. Okay, that is a little frustrating for 2 games in a row. I was commenting earlier today on Discord that apparently real Major League Baseball also has a comeback mechanism. I hear people talking about a comeback mechanism in OOTP 25, which is resulting in all these like games being lost in the last innings. But real life baseball has a comeback mechanism. Let the Mets come back against the Brewers. So did anyone hear what I was saying about Pete Alonso and Francisco Lindor, or was I muted during that too? That's fine. I was just loving on the Mets and what a great game that was. You heard that part? Okay, good. Good. Yeah, I guess it seemed like it was a given that Alonso was going to sign with an extension with the Mets as early as like this season. And apparently a lot of the players were unhappy with the way the management changes were made mid-season. And I guess now, I guess the smart money saying he's not going to sign, which seems like a huge change in a short amount of time. Like he seemed to like the organization seemed to like him, but I guess they dropped the ball on that one. So, I mean, hopefully he signs, but I also don't want to overpay for him either. But we'll see. I'm just trying to enjoy this postseason run. Spyface Jane was focused on 5L roster, so dinner was fine. I get it. I get it. It's important to get that done. So I keep forgetting. Did Spyface Jane, you won the 5L last month, and I won the 6L. Is that right? I think that would make sense because it makes sense that I do better in the draft that I'm awake for. Yeah, the 6L I can draft during the day when I'm not falling asleep. Um, I also think I'm bad at adjusting for eras, which is why I probably also don't do as well in the 5L. But there's also the fact that I fall asleep during that one. Um, but yeah, and Ezra, I think I heard you say you might want to play create a roster on a Friday where you can stay up later, which would be great. This Friday, Max is going to be playing. But any other Friday in the future, I'm sure we can slot you in there for a game of create a roster. Smileyface Jane gave away all my tips in Laps chat the other day. Now can't make it past the second round. Well, for what it's worth, I saw tons of chatter since then, both in Lap stream and in other streams, talking about like what a big deal it was that you shared your sliders. Like people seem to really appreciate it. So um, man, and also maybe it's just coincidence, but you did do a great thing for the community, and people seem to really appreciate that. So good for you, bravo. Um, but yeah, it would be unfortunate if that causes you to not be able to win the tournament anymore. But I think it's probably coincidence. There's also lots of draft RNG, right? Like It's not unusual to have a couple of drafts in a row where you don't get the good players. So um, I've noticed though with the new cards, um, I'm having fewer drafts where I just like completely strike out on getting good players because there are so many like fun cards now in the pool. But when you don't get good cards because there are so many good cards in the pool, it's like extra painful, and you're gonna get spanked really hard when that happens. So yeah. So anyway, let's come up with some questions for this forum so we can let people answer and then take off if they have to. So, um, which team will have um, the best starting pitcher? Now, I'm going to put myself on the hook to do some calculations because I do think it's important to just look at starting pitcher data. And I don't think there's an easy way to do it other than I don't think there's an easy way to just calculate for starting pitchers in the game. I think I'm gonna have to pull the data out and then analyze it. Or we could just do it for pitching staffs. The problem is with the nine batter face team, the relief pitcher is going to throw so many more innings than the starting pitchers that I don't think it's going to be fair to use team pitching data. I think it'll obscure the performance of the starting pitchers. So which team will have the or we could just take the best pitcher from each team. Is that fair? It does make it more susceptible to RNG, but every team's going to have 5 entries into the lottery for, let's say, pitcher with the best whip. I think that might work. I think in the balance of getting to an answer and not spending a ton of time in Google Sheets, maybe that'll be the best way to do it. Okay, so which team will have the starting pitcher? Oh, you know what though? The 9 batter face pitchers won't be ERA or whip eligible. Oh no, but we can look on the team stats. We can look in the team stats. Which team will have the starting pitcher with the lowest whip? Combined leagues. Combined leagues does not have to be innings pitched eligible, right? So that's gonna make the 9 batter face pitchers eligible. We're just gonna go in, look at the 5 starting pitchers for each team, look at the lowest whip, and then of all the teams, which just has the lowest of the lowest. That's it's not ideal, but I think it's a good compromise for getting to an answer without spending a ton of time in Google Sheets. So it'll be team 9 batters faced, team 18 batters faced, team 27 batters faced, team what do we call this team? It's not it's not 36. Team it's technically 0. When you set it to 0, you're basically saying no limit. So we'll just call it unlimited. Okay. Let's do this. We'll do the first one. We'll say which team will have a starting pitcher with the highest whip first. Now, another thing I was wondering is this going to have an impact on strikeouts per 9 innings? So let's ask about that. Which team will have the starting pitcher with the highest strikeouts per 9 innings? K9. Yeah. We'll just ask highest for that. Maybe should we do lowest too? So basically we're asking in which team does the best by whip, which team does the worst by whip, which team does the best. Actually, reverse that. Which team does the worst for whip? Which team does the best for whip? Which team does the best for strikeouts per 9? I think we just need to know the best. I'm not too. And then let's ask some questions here. Some numerical questions. Oh, I was gonna say how many of the top whip pitchers are from um each of the teams, but we can't ask that for the nine batters face team. I don't think they'll have enough. Yeah, so if they make 30, let's say they make 33 starts or 35. 35 is pretty generous. So let's say they make 33 starts. At most they're pitching 3 innings. That's 99 innings. That's not enough to qualify. Will an 18 batter face pitcher qualify? That's at most that's at most 6 innings, but it's probably closer to like 4.5 or 5 innings. Because it's batters face, not outs. So if it's 5 innings, they'll be on the edge of making it. Okay, well, I'm gonna ask the question anyway. Of the 8 combined league leaders in whip, um, how many will be from team unlimited batters faced? I was just wondering if I had a question I could just piggyback off of so I don't have to do this, but I don't see one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then what will be the lowest whip of the starting pitchers on team 9 batters faced? And that'll be a short answer. And what will be the lowest whip of the starting pitchers on team unlimited batters faced? And that'll also be short answer. All right. We don't have any ERA questions. Are we okay with that? I don't mind that. I usually don't include ERA just because there's so many other things that go to ERA versus whip is a little more in the pitcher's control. So these two numerical tiebreakers should let us break any ties. Um, and those tend to be the most fun ones to see how close people can get. So anyway, we're gonna go with of the starting pitchers, and this is does not have to be innings pitch eligible. So we're gonna look manually at all these. Which starting pitcher with the highest? Which team will have the starting pitcher with the highest whip? Oh, okay. Smiley face. Are you redeeming two? Because you already redeemed one, so you're gonna redeem two now. And then which starting pitcher will have the lowest whip or the best whip? Which team will they be from? And then which team will the strikeouts per 9 leader Again, does not have to be an innings pitch eligible. So a nine batter face pitcher will be eligible. Okay, so you might have to factor in, we're letting in small sample sizes. Will that be in favor of the nine batters face team? Possibly. And then of the combined leaders, now this will be innings. Um, this will reflect innings pitch eligibility. Let's just make note of that. Okay, I think we're good. Let me turn the form on. Did it without Max's help. Remember to do it without Max's help. Very proud of myself. Okay, and then let's put the URL in the chat. And then we'll open up the quick start and we'll get Smiley Face's point redemptions there, get a couple new names in there. Looking forward to that. Link to form for tonight's 10-pack giveaway. As always, thank you to OOTP Developments for the packs. And please remember, because of that, your OOTP ID does need to be case sensitive. Your Twitch ID, you can put in whatever you want. Let's pin that to the chat. Okay, guess away, everybody. Guess away. All right, let's get the game up. And let's get those point redemptions in. All right, so we're going to let me get Notepad up. I need to make sure I open the right version now. We're flying through version numbers because of all the point redemptions to name players. Okay, so let me make sure I open the right one. We're going to start a new game, a new quick start game. We're now up to quick start 11. Let me make note here that we are now average league 4x4 quick start 11, which is now going to be updated to 12. If anyone else wants to rename players, maybe jump in now so that we can do it in one save. And the experiment tonight is going to be SP Batters Faced version 01. Let me jot that down too. Okay. Create the game. All right, so I facing which team are we dealing with here? We'll start with that. Let you put that in the chat. Well, the Mariners, okay. All right, so we have the Seattle Average Mariners. Okay, batter or pitcher? Oh, I think I remember this one. Okay, starting center fielder looks like his average outfielder 5. That's right, Ken Iffy Jr. That one's great. Ken Iffy Jr. Amazing. That's amazing. These are all so great. The community is bringing the A game when it comes to these player names. All right, let me make sure that one's stuck. There we go. Ken Iffy Jr. Okay, you've got one more. Here are the teams again: Braves, Angels, Mets, Athletics, Phillies, Mariners, Rangers, Nationals. I had a friend who once worked as a athletics. Okay, left field. I had a friend who worked as a staffer for Washington Senator or Senator from Washington, Patty Murray, and she said that the staff softball team was the Murriners, Murriners, which I thought was funny. Athletics. Okay, who is the starting left fielder here? It is average outfielder 3. All right, fire away when ready. Left field, some version of Ricky? Mark can kinda. That's awesome. Mark can kinda. That's funny. That's one I. That's great because I don't think my mind ever would have gone there, but it's awesome. I like it. Let me just hit enter on all these just to make sure. Mark can kind. That's awesome. There we go. Let's make sure that went through. It did. Awesome. Thank you for the point redemption, Smiley Face Jane, and for the laughs. Another couple of good ones. All right, now let's anyone else before I save this as quick save 12? Maybe everyone's too busy filling out their forms. Okay, I'm going to save this as quick save 12. And I wish it would fill in the default as the whatever quick save you just. Well, maybe that's good. It doesn't because then you don't overwrite it by mistake. Average league 4x4. Quick start 12. More smiley face Jane names from point redemptions. All right, awesome. All right, thank you for keeping the experiments interesting, Smiley Face Jane. I appreciate it. All right, so let's go in. Our first step is always to rename the teams so I know what I'm changing. So 9 batter faced Angels, and we'll just call this a uh, average league 9. 18 batters faced Athletics or A18, and 27 batters faced Mariners or A27, and unlimited batters faced A. I think I'm gonna call this A0. We'll call it A00. Maybe we'll call this A09, just so that they're all 3-letter abbreviations or 3-character abbreviations. Okay, and then we'll do the same here. I'm still thinking about Mark Can Kinda. It's just great that my mind never would have gone there, but it's such a good name. It's the power of crowdsourcing. Different brains coming with different funny ideas. I posted one in the Discord that I thought of after all the names came up last night, which was Shohei Tani. I cracked myself up with that one. I thought it was good. Oh wait, did I put a space in these? I think I did. I did not mean to. Let's get that space out of there. Oops. I think that's the only one that had a space in it. Okay. Um, okay, the names are done now. So we just got to click through these. Okay, so the order, you know what? So they do appear in order. I'm going to make this, sorry, this is just me being nitpicky, but 09. Okay, now they should, yeah, there we go. Okay, so now on this team, we have to go into the pitching staff. Now, just for the starting pitcher, so 2 through 6 on this team, they're going to get maximum stamina, 250. And, well, let's just do their staminas first because we can arrow through. That'll be faster than going back and forth. Then we'll start with average starter 6. We'll go to um, strategy. And then here we're going to set their batter's face to, this is a 9 team. So 9. And then we'll just arrow up. So that's what we'll do. We'll arrow down to set the staminas, and we'll arrow up to set the batter's faced. Okay, and we're just doing 2 through 6 on this team. Great. Now we'll go to the Braves, also a 9 team. Okay, so we have to start with duck bread, skip starter 1, and then go to 2. Duck bread. All right, we'll do the staminas first. 250. Skip starter 1 because they're in the bullpen. Oh, wait, no, I was not supposed to do that one. That's a reliever. Because starter 6 is actually duck bread. That's why. All right, so then profile, strategy, 9. And then arrow up. Batter's face 9. 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 Oh no! Wait, nope, 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 nope. This is a guy in the bullpen, so we're skipping them and just going to duck bread. Okay, great. The team is done. Wow, these edits are going to go fast, I think. Okay, the athletics. Man, Ken Iffy Jr. is pretty good too. I'm still thinking about the names. Those are good ones. Ken Iffy Jr. Um, pitching staff. All right, starting pitcher 2. This is a team. This is an 18 batters face team now, so we got to remember that. Okay, so maximum stamina first. Oh shoot, 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 shoot. Closer. This is supposed to be 25. I went through the whole pitching staff by mistake. What are the relievers set at? Let me go check another team. The closers are set to 25. I think the relievers are set to 50. Yeah, they are. Okay. So I just flew through these guys by mistake. So this needs to be back to 50. Just undoing my mistake here. I messed with the bullpen by mistake. There we go. Okay. The other thing I was thinking about is I think I need to make the team strategies have a super slow hook on starting pitchers because I want the pitchers to make it to the ninth batter, 18th batter, 27th batter. So I'll do that change last. Okay, so let me arrow back up to starter 6, and then we'll go to their strategy. And this is an 18 batter face team. Okay, the starter one is left untouched. I'm gonna make sure their stamina is, yep, perfect. Okay, the average Mets. Okay, so this is everyone except Spreadsheety McSliderface. I could not say it. I thought I could say it with a straight face, but I could not say it with a straight face. Here's Jacob DeBum. All right, let's do the staminas first. Mr. Gooden. Jerry Foosboy, starting pitcher. Okay, here's Spreadsheet and Excited. So we skip him and go to Tom Meager and Sir Whiffs-a-Lot. All right, now let's go back up, starting with Sir Whiffs-a-Lot and profile strategy 18. Wait, whoa, what is this? Why is this locked? I am on. Why am I acting as everyone except the Mets manager? That's weird. It's not giving me control. That is so weird. I can't apply because I'm already the manager. I'm in commissioner mode. I mean, while we're here, let's go ahead and uncheck these, but there's I'm this alone should let me do anything. That is so bizarre. Why will it not let me control it? That's odd. I can't apply for the job because I already have it. I have all the jobs. Act as. I just chose Mets. What the heck? Team coaching staff isn't. No, that should not be. Um, that is so weird. And it's not letting me choose the Mets because I'm not. I'm in, but I'm the manager of everybody. I'm in commissioner mode. All right, I'm worried that if I click this button, it's gonna mess up. Hit the lock strategy button, maybe. Says Smiley Face Jane. Let's go back. Oh, that seemed to work. I wonder why that worked. Lock to team option will also disable AI promotion demotion of the player. Okay. Now let me arrow up and down. Is it? Do I have to do that for everybody? Oh, it's not letting me arrow up and down. So that did work. Thanks for the suggestion, Smiley Face Jane. Let's go to the staff though. Let me. I have to do this for every pitcher. That's so weird. I've never had to do this for the other teams. It says enable strategy, so I get yeah, but I wonder why it's only this team. Of course, it's the Mets. Of course, there's something wrong with the Mets. This is interesting too. Just by boosting the stamina, it gave them basically a full extra star on their overall rating. It's a lot of weight just uh on just stamina. Okay, well this is an 18 batter facing. Hopefully this isn't indicative of other issues, but now spreadsheety McSlider face remains untouched because they are in the bullpen. Okay. You know what? I bet I can change the innings pitch setting for qualifying. Okay, where are we? I just did the Mets. Okay, I just finished 18. So let's just go real quick and check here. There's probably a minimum for qualifying. for awards. Milestones. Somewhere there's got to be qualifying for batting titles and ERA titles. Maybe there isn't. I'd be very surprised though if there isn't. Spring training options, all-star settings, playoff settings, playoff mode. That's all Hall of Fame stuff down there. And then milestones. Yeah, Fly WV. This is another one where I think I have some idea based on kind of the conventional wisdom, but that assumes the conventional wisdom is correct. So I think what I've generally been told is that after the third time through the lineup, for starting pitchers, and that relievers actually get punished the second time through the lineup. We can actually do that as a separate experiment sometime too. I can't find it. I thought for sure I would be able to adjust the cutoff because then we can just use the league leaders board for this stuff. But does not seem to be. Ooh, that's a rough way to start. Bronze do or die flying to be facing Smiley Face Jane. Okay, I can't find it. I'm surprised it's not. I mean, I'm guessing it's in here somewhere. I see enable owner goals is unchecked, yet we still get bothered by the owner goal change in the sim. Yeah, I'm very surprised I can't change the thresholds to appear in the league leaders. I thought it'd be under stats and AI, but all right. Well, let's go back to updating the pitching staffs. And Flying WV, the form for tonight's contest is pinned to the chat. So go ahead and get your guesses in. All right, so 250 stamina. Okay, and then let's go to their strategy. See, this one, I don't have to lock it. I don't understand. That was very weird. 27, 27, 27. I keep thinking, man, 27 is a tall order, but 250 stamina is pretty awesome too. So I'm hoping it works out. It's also hard to believe that going max stamina as a whole star to your. Oh, the ratings are relative to the league, though. So I guess in a league where everyone's the same, having 250 stamina is probably a huge deal. Okay, that was starter six. Perfect. Now we'll go back up doing strategies. Yeah, see, I don't have to lock team strategies. That's so weird. All right. And now we have unlimited. So I think I don't have to. Yeah, see, zero means no limit. So I don't have. All I have to do is give them stamina. 250, 250. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm glad I checked. I put 25 instead of 250. 250, 250, 250, 250, 250. Okay. And then just to double check, right? Zero means no limit. So we're good there. Fly TV rebranded main non. Wait, you have a main non-PAX team? Do you have an alt non-PAX team too? That's awesome. Okay, let's change their staminas and then we're good. Start with starter two. That's right. Rocking the combi level five Kitty Bransfield. Lap would be proud, I'm sure. Okay, now the last thing we're gonna do for each of these teams is in the team strategy, we're gonna do a slow hook on starting pitchers because we want these pitchers to make it to their threshold. All right, I think we're good. All right, so let's save this and we'll save it as a quick start. So starting pitchers, batter faced, quick start 01. All SPs have stamina equals 250, which is the max. And each team has starting pitcher um, strategy for batters faced set to 9, 18, 27, or unlimited, which is 0. Okay. All right. I think the setup is done. Um, I'm just going to do a quick tour of pitching staffs and make sure the stamina looks right. So that looks right. That looks right. That looks right. That looks right. Yeah, that looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. All right. I probably should have done that check before saving the quick start, but okay. I think that means we're ready to sim. So, as per our routine, let me run some ads so I can this is your 3-minute warning for your forms. And I'm going to go get some water, take a quick bio break, and then when I come back, we will close the form, look over the answers, and then we'll start the sim. And we'll see what is the impact of times through the lineup on starting pitcher performance. All right, looks like we're back from ads. Oh. All right, so last warning for anyone who's still working on their um, 10 pack giveaway form. I will let you know this is a really good night for your odds of winning if you get a form in. I'm not hearing anyone in the chat saying they're still working on it, about to hit submit. So I'm about to close the form. Let's say today's Thursday, right? I think Max is streaming tonight. So I thought Max would be getting in on this form, but all right, I'm closing the form, everybody. Don't say you weren't warned. All right, the form is closed. I am creating a worksheet. I'm going to hide the names, although it's kind of pointless, which you'll see why in a second here. And let me resize some of these columns. Okay, this is perfect. All right. So the reason I was suggesting anyone who's listening not enter, go ahead and enter. We have two entrants tonight. So congratulations on winning packs. Now we just have to see who gets the 7 and who gets the 3. But you're all winners tonight. Not that you're not always all winners anyway. We are all winners in this channel, uh, but there are packs at stake here, and only one can get 7. The other will get 3. All right, so which team will have the starting pitcher with the highest whip, meaning the worst whip? There's a big difference of opinion here. Team Unlimited versus Team 9. Which team will have the starting pitcher with the lowest whip or the best whip? Again, a big difference here. Team 9, Team 27, and it's flipped. But there's agreement on this last one, which is which team will have the starting pitcher with the highest strikeouts per 9 innings? Both thinking it's Team 9. And I'm guessing the thinking there is the freshest arm, so maybe the most strikeouts per 9. Maybe there is a mechanism where that it comes down over with fatigue. I think that's a good assumption. Of the 8 combined leaders in WHIP, and this is innings pitched eligible, right? Because it's in the game, and so I think they do go by the standard of 1 inning pitch per game your team plays. How many will be from Team Unlimited batters faced? One gets a 4 and one gets a 5. And then we'll keep the lowest whip, the lowest whips on Team 9 and lowest whips on Team Unlimited. We'll keep those hidden until after the sim. All right, good luck, y'all. See how this goes. See, this is weird. I'm not supposed to be managing any teams because I'm managing all the teams. I don't know why the Mets are highlighted here. I didn't choose a team when I started the quick start either, so it's very bizarre. Can I choose them? Sorry, I'm still stuck on this. God, that's so weird. I don't want to act as a, oh, what if I just, oh, maybe that's the problem. I just have to hit none. If I unlock this now, is it editable? No, it's not. That's so weird. Why is this one team like that? Oh, wait, now it's the Angels. Now it's not just one team, it's all the teams. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why it's doing this. Oh, no, no, it's not. It's the Mets. Why are the Mets being difficult? Okay, all right. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here. Let's start this in. All right. As usual, we get our two games in here. I don't think there's anything to be known here. Yeah, unlimited in the AL is 2-0. Unlimited in the NL is 0-2. So nothing to be learned there yet. I do think the nine batter face teams are going to struggle because their bullpens are going to get tired. But that's also why we don't go by standings anymore because there's too much stuff other than that we're testing involved. Uh, well, maybe so much for my prediction. The unlimited batters face teams are in last place, but the leagues are still pretty tight right now, so I don't think we can conclude anything yet. All right, let's see. We are now through May. And okay, the unlimited teams are actually establishing themselves at the bottom of the leagues. But 9, 18, 27, they're all over the place across the two leagues. So nothing to be learned yet, I don't think. So let's finish the month of June. Okay, Team Unlimited now both double digit games behind. So they are clearly the worst. But 18, 9, 18, 27, they are still all over. Oh, interestingly, 18 is in first place in both. But they're only separated by one game from the others in the average league, so it's hard to tell. All right, let's go to the All Star break. Ooh, a triple play. Max, you didn't get your form in on time, man. All right, yeah, Team Unlimited is still in last place. Let's do one more game. Get to the All Star break. Let's do the home run challenge. Curtis Blanderson and Toot Thompson making it into the All Star contest, the home run contest. Um, these are around about typical for the. Oh, Max took a nap. Yeah, you got a nap to get ready for those long overnight streams, right? I don't blame you. All right, let's see what happens. Curtis Blanderson and Toot Thompson both advance. Smiley Face Jade might be taking a nap too, missing out on the names advancing. Oh, Curtis Blanderson beat by average infielder too, but Toot Thompson makes it to the final. Average infielder two takes it. That's unfortunate. Let's screenshot that. Uh, it's great having these names there. Talkmado, good morning. We're already mid sim, so you missed the pack giveaway, unfortunately. In fact, let me unpin it from the chat. All right. Well, the unlimited batter space team is in last place on both sides. Let's see if that continues. Togmedo, we're doing an experiment tonight to see what the impact is on starting pitchers facing lineups either one, two, or three times or unlimited times. Didn't mean to sleep. Now you're screwed. All right, let's finish the month of July. All right, we are starting to see something here. The 18 batter face teams are now in first place, and the unlimited batters face are in last place. 9 and 27, though, seem to be noise, which is weird because 18 is, oh, sorry, which is weird because 18 is between 9 and 27. So, how does that make sense? Max making four straight low silver finals. Impressive. Um, this is weird. All right, let's go to the next month. Now we are gonna everything's gonna be based on pitching stats though. So again, there's a little too much noise, especially in this experiment with the bullpens. Um Tom Mayer says Max too good. That's why I retired. um it's hard to draw conclusions to the 9 and 27. They're only separate by two games here and a half game here in the NL. But it's weird that 18 would be better than both of them. Max hasn't been eliminated before the quarterfinals since the 25th of September. That's also impressive because I would assume just there'd be at least a handful of players that would just copy you and just by chance knock you out once in a while. But the fact that that hasn't even happened is impressive. All right, let's go to the end of the regular season. You have one more game to go. There's a tie for second place here in the AL, so I think there might be a need for a 163rd game too. So here's 162. Okay, we had a hitting triple crown, which is always unusual because we didn't do anything with the batters, and somehow with coin flips, someone won a triple crown. Now, what team are they from? They're from the 18 batters face team. So typically, when you see something like this, that's the team with the best pitching because then you're not facing the best pitching. Could that be a clue to where the best performance is? Now, one thing I'm kind of curious about is I want to see the pitching stats of the unlimited teams to see how many innings their starters are actually pitching. Okay, I wonder because it's modern era, even though they have 250 stamina and they're unlimited batters faced, they're still barely hitting 200 innings pitched. So let's see who has the most innings pitched here. Starter three has 219 and a third innings. So that's 219 times 3 is the number of outs they pitched, right? So 657 outs plus a third, which is one more out. So 658. And then each hit and walk is another, and hit by pitch is another batter. So that's plus 192 plus 95 walks plus 10 hit by pitches. Now, what we don't know is how many errors were hit into off of this pitcher, but errors aside, that's 955 batters, outs, hits, walks, and hit by pitches. Now, divided that by 32 starts. That's funny. They're facing 30 batters. So even though they're unlimited, um, yeah, they count as plate appearances, but I don't see plate appearances on the pitcher stats. But anyway, they're facing about 30 batters per start. Yeah, Time Mater, I was just trying to get to how many batters are they actually facing. And so they're facing basically 30. So then if I go to the 2017, and let me look at their lowest. Are there even, because I'm wondering if they're even getting to 27. Okay, so the lowest is 180 in the third. 180 times 3 is 540, plus 1 is 541, plus 178 hits, plus 70 walks, plus 12 hit by pitches. They're facing 801 batters in 31 starts. All right, they're facing 26 batters. They're close to the max of 27. So I'm assuming they got rocked a few times, so they didn't quite make it to 27. And they're not allowed to go over 27, so there's nothing to offset when they get rocked early. So that's fine. Okay. I'm just doing a sanity check here to see how close to. Well, now this is interesting. These are guys are supposed to be using 9 batters, but they're logging 134 innings is the lowest. What's the most? Okay, well, this guy had 33 starts, so that's why. So 32 starts. The most was 145. So 145 times 3 is 435 outs plus 127 hits allowed plus 56 walks plus 14. That's a lot of hit by pitches divided by 32. All right, they're facing 20 batters, even though I said their maximum is 5. Or their maximum is 9. Their maximum batter space is 9, but they're facing on average 20. Why is that happening? They didn't actually throw 9 innings. That's weird. Or not 9 innings, 9 batters faced. Right, it says here 9 batters faced, but they're facing almost 20 batters. Not enough pitchers to only face 9. No, I realized they would be exhausted, but like, then let them be exhausted. Like if I'm setting the limit to be 9, I don't think it should exceed it. And then, because we have plenty of sims where the starting pitchers don't last long enough that no one qualifies for the ERA title, right? So if if that can happen on the starters, then let it happen on the relievers. Like, why is it not following the instructions to limit the starting pitchers to 9 innings pitched, not 9 batters faced? We may have to repeat this, and I may have to increase the stamina of the relievers then, because I want the starters to not exceed 9 batters faced. Now, I know what you guys are saying, and it makes sense from a baseball perspective, but from a simulation perspective, it should cut the starters off at 9 batters faced and then deal with the repercussions in the bullpen. Like, why is it overriding the batter's face limit? I just think it's weird. You want to see the global strategy, like for the team? I set the starter's hook to as slow as possible. There's no default relief pitcher bench when fatigued, so it should still be marching out tired relievers. No, because quick hook means you would take them out before. I want them to make it to the 9 or to the 18 or to the 27. So that's why I set this to slow. Yeah, no, Tomato. I'm not. Yeah, no. Don't get me wrong. I completely agree with you and Max are saying is that it would destroy your bullpen. But my point is, if you set it to 9, then let it destroy the bullpen. Like, don't override the setting. I just think it's weird that it would override that. See, Max, I was worried that if I set the starting pitcher hook to quick, then especially with like the 27 batter face team, that it would pull them before 27 batters face. And it worked, right? By setting it to slow hook, the they did get very close to 27. Across the season, that's pretty good. So here's an individual pitcher, right? I changed nothing except batter's face to 9. Now with 18 and 27, it seemed to work. It's very bizarre. I always talk about like every one of these sims, I learned something unexpected. This one's unexpected, that it's overriding. You can have, well, the problem with pitch count though is, oh, did any positions pitch? That's interesting. That's a good question. And it does not look like it. Wait, all players. Nope. 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 No position players pitched. This is great though. There's a reliever in the bullpen. Got 17 wins. I wonder if below some threshold you have to set them as an opener then to do only 9 batters faced. Or to your points, if I increase the stamina of the relievers, then maybe it won't be a problem. I just think it's weird that it's overriding something as clear as a batter's face cap. Like in the hierarchy of things the AI should deal with, it seems like that should be one of the first things to say, okay, we're going to deal with this first. We don't have enough relief pitchers to go around, but that should be a secondary issue. The primary should be let's limit our starters to 9 batters faced as ordered. It's weird. That's weird. That's very weird. Well, let's check one of the 18 teams. Did they make it? Because this 19.7, right, for the 9 batters faced team, that's more than 18. Yeah, we can look at a game log. That's a good idea. Yeah, there's no way you should get to 6 innings pitched because you're supposed to be facing 9 batters. See, look, they actually faced 9 batters here, 7 batters here, but every other one, right, 9, 9. It's weird. It's like it listens to you sometimes. Tomato's having a hard time typing tonight. But right off the bat, the first game pitched, 30 batters faced. What the heck? That's April 3rd. It can't be because the bullpen's tired already, can it? Let's look at their calendar. Let's see who pitched the. That's April 3rd. Okay, it is 5 starts in, so it could be that the bullpen was tired by then. So who pitched the opener? Starter 6 pitched the opener. And well, got crushed. All right, starter 6, then who pitched the second game? Starter 5. So then is it starter 4? Wait, starter 5 and then went 5 innings. Wait, didn't starter 5 also? Oh, wait, sorry, that was September. Sorry, that was September. April. Okay, so yeah, so the rotation is throwing 6-5-4, but 4 went 6 innings. So is it because the pen was tired after the first two games? So reliever one pitches 3 2/3, reliever four. Okay. But here's the thing, right? In, I mean, I guess this is a base game, perfect team difference, but in perfect team, it'll run your players into the ground if you don't have subs. So if I'm saying limit the starters to 9 batters faced, then run your relievers into the ground. Like pitch them when they're 9% stamina or 9%, whatever the opposite of tired is. They're 9% rested. Pitch them anyway and let them get shelled. I don't know, understand why it's overriding the 9 batters faced. All right, let's do it real quick. Let's do a check on the 18 batters faced team. Okay, on the first start, let's look at starter six. It seems like starter six is going first. Okay, it did stick with 18s, and then it starts going 26, 27, 21, 25. I guess I'm frustrated that the order of operations is not correct. It shouldn't be okay. Look at my bullpen. My bullpen's tired, so I'm going to override the batter's face. I feel like it should be the starter's up, the batter's faced is 9, the starter comes out, and then we'll deal with the bullpen because we've been ordered to take our starter out after 9 batters faced. Like if someone's on a pitch count coming off of injury, right? Let's say they're on a 100 pitch count. The manager wouldn't say, "Oh, but my bullpen's tired, so I'm going to pitch him 150 in it, 50 pitches." No, like you take them out at 100 and then you deal with it. Like you run tired relievers if you have to because you're on it, like you have a guy on a pitch count. And it's just Clay, we're doing an experiment on the impact of multiple multiple rounds through the starting lineup where we set each team has either a 9 batter face limit, 18, 20, or 27 batters face limit, or unlimited batters faced. But the problem we're finding is the AI is overriding that because the bullpens are tired, we think. But if I look at starting pitcher six, right, which looks like is the first starting pitcher for most teams. Okay, they held him to 9 the first outing, but then jumping right to 27 the next time through the lineup. Kratos says that makes sense. They will override even a forced bench if all your arms are tired. Okay, if that's true, then oh, shoot, what did I do? I just think there should be a setting that you can select though that says like, well, yeah. So Clay Dog, I brought Perfect Team up as a counter example, like where if your catcher's tired but you only have one catcher, it'll keep playing that catcher, right? It'll run that catcher into the ground. Um, which is what I wanted to do with the bullpen. I do think though, if I make the bullpen stamina's 250 also, then there should be enough innings in the pen to go around. I mean, this is now leading to a whole bunch of future experiments we have to do to figure out how the AI is dealing with this stuff. Is that true, Max? I thought that was not true. It will force a sub on a position player at catcher after a while. Because I thought the whole reason some people say it's better to have no catcher than one catcher is that it won't sub your catcher. Well, now I want to test that out in the tournament. I guess the problem is when you only have one catcher, it's hard to go deep enough to see it force a different position player because it will force a position player catcher if you have no catcher. In the base game, you can force anyone to play anywhere. It's just they'll have like zero fielding rating. Yeah. I just think I just think it's the weird that the default is the AI can override your cap in the base game. All right, so I think after Max plays Creator Roster on Friday, maybe on Saturday, I'm gonna redo this experiment where I'm gonna Clay Dog won the 6L. Congratulations, good job. Um, I hear any idiot can win the 6L though, even for a whole month. And Max has second in low silver. But Max, the impressive part is that's your how many finals in the low silver? Only the low scoring worst players win. Four straight final for the low silver. That's impressive. All right, I think this has given us a bunch of different things we need to test, and I've definitely learned something about how the AI functions. It does not listen to you if you set a pitch. I mean, I'm being serious though about the pitch count for pitchers who are coming off injury, right? According to this, the game would say, "Oh, you're on a pitch count? Great. But my bullpen's tired, so you're going to go longer." And that's just not how pitch counts work. We haven't scored the sheet yet. I'm still churning over the fact that the AI didn't listen to me. But yeah, thanks for the reminder. Let's go ahead and score this. Well, before we can score it, I need to go in and look at um. All right, let's go in order. I mean, the results are going to be skewed because the nine batter face teams did not face nine batters, but we still need to figure out winners here. So we're looking for the lowest and highest whips of the starters. So let me get my notepad open here. Okay, so one one team into it. The lowest whip is 1.26 from a nine batter face team. And the highest whip is 1.35 from a nine batters face team. All right, now let's look at the other nine batter face team. Ooh, Duckbread with the lowest whip, 1.07. And the highest whip on this team is 1.28, which doesn't top the other one. So we're keeping that one for now. All right, now we go to the 18 batters face teams. The lowest whip does not beat Duckbread. And the highest whip is higher, 1.41 from an 18 batters face team. All right, let's go to the other 18 batters face team. Why is this team on a 4-man rotation? What is up with the Mets? Damn it. What are they doing? What the heck, Mets? Okay, but they did have the lowest whip so far, 0.94, and the highest whip. And the highest whip, 1.44. All right, let's look at the 27 batter face Mariners. Definitely not the lowest whip and not the highest whip. 27 batter face Phillies. Not the lowest whip and not the highest whip. Unlimited. Not the lowest, not the highest. Unlimited Nationals. They are tied for the highest. Okay, now we need to do the same thing for strikeouts per nine. Let's just go up. Well, no, let's do it the same way. We'll do it the same way. Okay, strikeouts per nine, and we're just looking for the highest. So 8.8. Yeah, Clay Dog, thank you. Yeah, that was an exciting game today. Found out after the game that Brandon Nimmo lost his grandmother like right before the game started. He found out, and he played well though, and the team won. All right, highest strikeouts per nine. It's still 8.8. Now let's look at the 18. Yeah, bummer for him, but I saw him in a post game interview, and he seemed to be doing okay. 9.5. Okay, so 18 batters faced had higher. Let's see if it gets higher still with 20. Oh, wait, that was the. Let's look at the Mets and their stupid 4-man rotation. No, no, I didn't think you meant it in a flippant way, Clay Dog. I mean, I agree. I did think it was a bummer for him, but he, um, he actually talked about it in an interesting way in the post game. He was saying it was a reminder to him to like enjoy the moment and really like savor, the fact that he can play and and that they won. All right, looks like strikeouts per nine might have peaked at 18 batters faced. Let's go to unlimited. Oh, there's a 9.4. Oh, it doesn't quite make it. So, yeah, we're still looking at 18 batters faced highest there. And then what else do I need? We need the lowest whip of the starters on team 9. We have that. And then we need the lowest on team unlimited. There's a 1.27. There's a 1.24. Okay, I think I have all the answers I need. Didn't watch any of the post game. Tried going to bed early and went up doing homework. Pretty much just resigned to never seeing a Brewers World Series game in your lifetime. Yeah, it was an exciting game. I actually thought the Mets had blown it. So um the Brewers hit actually there's talk about commentators jinx. They were talking about how the game had set a record for going 6 innings scoreless in a postseason game. And as soon as they said that, pinch hit home run by the Brewers, and then a home run by the Brewers on the next pitch. 2 home runs right after they said the game had set a record for the deepest scoreless game. And so the Mets are down 2-0, and I'm like, okay, I guess we're done. Top of the ninth, walk single. Pete Alonso goes yard, all off of Darren Williams, who's like, I'm used to thinking of him as just unhittable. Um, so yeah, crazy game flow for that one for sure. All right, so I think we have the answers we need. So let me put the form back up, and I'll unhide the Twitch IDs. Claydog saw Alonso was the first player in Major League history to hit a go-ahead homer while trailing in the ninth in a winner-take-all postseason. That's probably sounds right. All right, so here are our guesses. We only have 2 contestants tonight. So which team will have the highest whip? The highest whip, it was a tie between 18 batters faced and Team Unlimited. And Smiley Face Jane did guess Team Unlimited. So congratulations. First place to Smiley Face Jane, second place to Flying WV. But let's look at the rest of these answers. I'm very curious about these. Um, which team will have the starting pitcher with the lowest whip? The team with the lowest whip was 18 batters faced, which no one guessed. And then I think it's weird that 18 is the lowest. Like it feels like it should be 9 or 27. Like why 18 in the middle? Anyway, I think part of it is because 9 wasn't throwing 9. 18 probably was throwing 18. There are so there were a lot of flaws in the design. I don't think it's necessarily like the fault of the design is that we didn't understand how the game engine would work. Now that we know, I think we can redesign this to be a little better. But and then which team will have the highest strikeouts per nine? That was 18 batters faced. Again, no one gets that. Again, it's weird that it's 18. Like, why not 9 or 27? I don't know. Of the eight combined league leaders in whip, how many were from Team Unlimited? Oh, we didn't look at that yet. Studies show 18 is optimal, says Tornado. Like, if you graph it, there'd be this weird dip at 18 or peak, however you want to look at it. Uh, okay, how many will be from Team Unlimited? Only two are from Team Unlimited. One, two, three, four, five. Over half are from Team 27, though. That's interesting. So no one guessed two. The closest would have been Smiley Face Jane again with four. But now here are the. Yeah, and how many starting pitchers today go more than two times through the. That's right. All right, so then let's narrow these a little bit. Okay, what will be the whip of the starting pitchers on the lowest whip of the starting pitchers on Team 9? That was 0.94. Whoa, Smiley Face Jane with 0.97. Very close. Flying W not that far off either with 0.68. And then what will be the lowest on Team Unlimited? That was 1.24. And amazingly, this is amazing. Y'all guessed the exact same 1.12. All right. Well, I apologize that the experiment turned out to be flawed. But now that we know how the game engine works, yes, great minds do think alike. Flying WV and Smiley Face Jane were the exact same guess. But you were both on the right track. You had a lower whip for the nine batter face team. Oh, I'm sorry. The nine batter face team low was 1.07, which was still lower than the 1.24. So Songmetal always guesses 1.12. Uh oh, so you did misread the first question. Yeah, that's why I went through it. I was hoping to kind of clarify it for folks, but it with whip especially, like low whip, high whip. I think it's easy to forget that like lower is better, higher is worse. Um, but you both had the intuition right that the nine batter face whip would be lower than the unlimited batter face whip. But that said, the nine batters face is not we're not facing nine batters that are facing 18. So the next time we do this, why don't we'll try it with jacking up the stamina of the relievers. I think that should help. And then if that's still not enough, then we'll just add more relievers. We'll just clone them. I can increase the roster size. We'll just add more relievers. And I need to fix this Mets issue. Why are they running a four-man rotation? That's insane. That's so weird. But yeah, I mean it looks like you guys are right about how the game engine works, where it will ignore your commands for limiting batters face. I'm assuming that also means it'll ignore your commands for limiting pitch counts too. If the AI decides the bullpen can't take it. Um Which, look, for real baseball, that's the right answer. And so I guess maybe I shouldn't be upset that that's how it's coded. But part of me feels like it's a simulation. If part of what you want to simulate is what happens when you wear down your bullpen, then I think you got to let it wear down your bullpen, or at least give us a box to check to say, like you have all these boxes you can check where, right, like where you go into a starting pitcher and you go into their strategy, you have all these boxes you can check, right? Or these things you can fill out where like bench when fatigue is whatever. Just give us a master checkbox that says like, okay, it's okay to run your bullpen into the ground because that's what I'm trying to do. So let me check that box. I so and frankly, if you are saying, okay, we're coding it to be like real baseball, where if your bullpen's beat, you run your pitcher longer. My counter to that would be that injury example, right? If you have a pitcher coming off injury, and that's why they have a 100 pitch count or 80 pitches, which probably seems more realistic. There's no way the manager can go 150 or 120 or whatever it might be because their bullpen's tired. Like that pitch count's there for a reason. And so that would be my counter to the like the real baseball thing where like, if your bullpen's too tired, you'd make your starter go longer. I would disagree with the pitch count. So, but like with anything OTP, it's like, okay, there's some things you can understand and adjust for. Or I guess you have to do that with everything. Like, okay, if we know this is the case, then we'll just have to adjust for it. Um, I still want to do this again, though. We'll make some adjustments because I want to see what happens when starters only pitch one time through the lineup and two times through the lineup. But as of right now, the lowest whip was from 18 batters faced. But the highest whip was also from batters faced. Tomatoes countered that as pitch count is arbitrary and can be fudged up and down if needed. No, that's true. But would you ever let someone on an 80 pitch count go 160 pitches? Because that's what was happening here. We had pitchers of the nine batters faced uh, limit pitching to 30 batters. Right. So there's no way you would let that happen. So Tom Tomato would never put pitchers on the field. Would you? Is that true? Even if someone were coming off an injury, Tom Tomato, you wouldn't put a pitcher rehabbing on a pitch count. So I want to say even Billy Martin would put on a pitch count if someone were covering injury, but maybe not. Clayhouse is just natural selection at that point. And Rado thinks rehab starts are fake. I mean, I'm still gonna figure out how to redo this because I do want to have cleaner stats to say when you're actually throwing to nine batters face, this is kind of like the overall whip. And I do think if I can get that working, I will go through the trouble of calculating overall whip because this lowest and highest is, I think, directionally correct, but I think there's too much noise there. Oh yeah, no, but Tomato, when they pitch in the minors, they're still on a pitch count in the minors. Are you saying like when they're pitching the minors, you let them pitch however many pitches? Flying WV says using your methodology for creating a live team in the finals of the live silver. Hey, awesome! I'm glad it helped. That's great. Oh, Max says two-way players are probably the best way to make it work. That's interesting. I think if they're ready, then call them up. Otherwise, rest. Oh, you're saying you wouldn't use rehab starts at all? I get it. Okay, you would just have them like just do like bullpen or simulated starts and just pitch on the side until they're ready. But then we would miss out on Chris Sale pitching in the minors and destroying their hallway. um, okay, well, congrats to our pack winners. Um, I this happens sometimes. I didn't learn what I thought we would learn, which is how many times through the lineup is best for uh starting pitchers. But we did learn a lot about how the AI manages batters' face counts and maybe pitch counts. Finding me also beat the Bochi boys to get to the quarterfinals of late bronze as well. Congratulations. That's awesome. Flying WV is on fire today. All right, Max, are you ready for a raid? Is Max streaming yet? Oh, Max is streaming. All right, let's thank OOTP Developments all for the packs that we get to give away. Let's thank Ezra Denny for the raid, getting us off to another good start tonight. And I thank all of you for participating in the chat, keeping things interesting, and for putting up with my what turned out to be a poorly designed experiment. But we didn't know that coming in. And so one of my big things is to be decision oriented, not outcome oriented. So the outcome was it turns out our experiment was wrong. But being decision oriented, I think we had the best design we could at the time, knowing what we knew. Now that we know more, we'll design a little bit better. But not tomorrow night, because tomorrow night, Max LP 80 will be playing Creator Roster. And we will be guessing how his team will do to give away the 10 packs. So hopefully y'all can come cheer on Max as he gets his generated players. And we'll all wager on his relative success or failure in the season. And can he top Smiley Face Jane's top score right now? We'll see. We'll see tomorrow. Max, have you sent me or have you submitted your form? I haven't looked at that file in a while to see if it's been submitted. You'll submit it tomorrow? Okay, got it. Clay Dog does enjoy wagering on the failure of his friends. Yeah, and Clay, you get to learn from another data point before your turn. So we're gonna raid into our friend Max LP 80, who is who has rapidly climbed the PTCS standings in silver and bronze, and will be doing play-by-play of various tournaments, and I think a 1994 Mariner save.